A very warm welcome to the top three finishers of the FIA Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In third place, Carlos Sainz. In second place, George Russell, and taking the 67th win of his Formula One career. And his second here in Baku, our winner, Max Verstappen. Very well done, Max. A very dominant victory for you today. Just how sweet was the performance?
I think overall just a great weekend for us. I think for sure, starting up front was key, especially in the beginning, just managing your tires to go long. But overall, very happy with how the race was going. I mean, I could go very long in that first stint. The car was doing pretty much what I wanted it to do. It's just how much you commit, right, to push around here, which is not always easy. With the layout of the track, the wind as well, it was quite tough today with that. But yeah, we just stayed out until basically everyone pitted, and then there were only a few laps left on the medium, clearing a few back markers, which took a bit of time. But after that, just bringing it home, and for us, that's another just great result. Bit unusual. This season has been really swinging left and right, but at least now 2 weekends in a row, it's been going really well.
You say it's been swinging left and right. Was this the best the car has felt all season?
I guess together with Monza. Yeah, Monza has never really been a particularly strong track for us. So to do that, that was already a big plus. And I guess all in all for me here in Baku, it's been all right, but never amazing. Apart from maybe 21, 22, I guess. But the rest has always been a bit difficult. So to have a weekend like this was very important.
How much of a risk was it to start the race on the hard tyre, given that you hadn't run on it up until that point?
Well, not so much from knowing how good it would be. It's more like the start or an untimely safety car. So as soon as we crossed like 20 laps into the race, I was a bit more happy. But it was a bit of a risk. I think it's a bit unusual, of course, when you're on pole to start on the hardest compound that is available. But we did it, and I think it was the right call now. We said before the race, well, one way or another will be, one strategy will work, and we'll come out of the race, and we'll be happy with it. Luckily, we chose the right one.
Now, Max, you're only 69 points behind Oscar Piastri in the Drivers' Championship. Given the recent upswing in competitiveness, does it give you a smidgen of hope that the title is within range again?
I mean, I don't rely on hope, but it's seven rounds left. 69 points is a lot. So I personally don't think about it, but I just go race by race. What I have been doing basically the whole season, just trying to do the best we can, try to score the most points that we can, and then after Abu Dhabi, we'll know.
And given where the car is now, do you have a little bit more hope going to Singapore, a race where Red Bull's never won?
Well, I have no more. Red Bull has one, right? We'll see. It's completely different. High down for us. A lot of dig on the tires. So we'll see what happens. I really don't know at the moment.
All right. Very well done today. Thank you very much, Max. George, let's come to you. Great race by you. What was the key to the climb up to P2 today?
I think it was just staying out of trouble, to be honest. I don't think we had a spectacular weekend, to be honest, and obviously Carlos just did an amazing job, and Liam also did a great job yesterday qualifying ahead of us, but all of the cars who we ordinarily fight sort of made mistakes or underperformed, and we sort of picked up the pieces. So no, obviously really happy to finish P2, all things considered, but also I think the call attempts helped us a little bit, so just good to capitalise on all of those things.
Do you have a better race car or qualifying car at the moment?
I think it's very dependent circuit to circuit. Definitely this weekend, the conditions and the circuit layout probably suits our car better than we'll see in Singapore, but right now the field is so compact and overtaken is pretty difficult right now, so it seems like anybody can do an amazing lap and get themselves up the order, and to be honest, it's pretty incredible seeing the likes of Carlos, Hulkenberg, Hajar on the podium this season.
You've been under the weather all weekend. Cue a cough. Sounding a bit like Barry White. Just how tough was it physically for you?
Well, fortunately, it was Baku, even though it's one of the toughest circuits, sort of mentally, physically, it's maybe one of the easiest. So today I'm much better. Friday and Saturday I was really rough, and had it been Singapore as an example, I think I probably would have called it a day on Friday, to be honest, and probably wouldn't have done the race. So sort of fortunate timing. I haven't been ill for a couple of years actually, so it just all sort of hit me at once these days. But I'm on the up now.
Quick word on the Constructors' Championship, please. Mercedes in P2, 4 points now ahead of Ferrari. How do you see this one playing out over the remaining 7 races? Do you expect it to go to the wire, or do you think one of you will gain an advantage?
Well, I think right now with the current form, there's as much chance of Max finishing ahead of us as there is Ferrari, to be honest. So it can, team Verstappen. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. It just swings so quickly. Ferrari were looking amazingly strong on Friday here, and they've always been great here. Charles has been on pole 4 times here, and they could have easily have been 1-2 on the grid. And with how difficult overtaking is, they probably would have finished 1-2 as well. But obviously they had a bad qualifying, and they came away with single-figure points, and we were the ones coming away with 30 points. So nobody knows.
Very well done. Thank you for that. Carlos, if we could come to you. First podium for Williams. Very well done. Look, what was the key to this result, first of all?
The key, probably just nailing a perfect weekend from practice quali to race. It's what I've been looking for since the beginning of the season, just to nail a perfect weekend. I think we had almost a perfect one in Jeddah when we scored maximum points, but then the rest of the season has been really up and down, with a lot more downs than ups. Very unlucky in some cases, job not well done in others by me or by other things that was in our control. But I always said to the team from the beginning that as long as whenever a first big opportunity of fighting for a podium comes, as long as we have everything under control and nothing goes wrong, and we prove to everyone what we're doing, then and we get that podium, I'll be okay. And it's exactly what ended up happening today. We had our chance starting from P2. Probably if you ask many of us yesterday, we didn't believe the podium was actually achievable with so many fast cars behind. But I think we've had good pace this year. We've just didn't have many opportunities to show it. Today we had a very good opportunity to show our very good pace, and we managed to stay in the podium. Only George managed to beat us with very good pace. But yeah, it was a very well executed race.
Is that what makes this so special? I mean, you said earlier that this tastes sweeter than your first ever podium in Formula One.
Yeah, 100%. This one means even more, just because of obviously a year ago when I put my bet on Williams and I said I'm going to this team because I truly believe in this project and I truly believe that this team is on the rise. I'm very comfortable in this working environment, also very comfortable with everyone around me. And I've actually been pretty fast all year with the car. I think out of everyone that's changed teams, which is not an easy task nowadays, I've been very competitive from the first race, very quick. But I didn't have results with me. I didn't have results to prove to myself, the team, and everyone that some good things were about to come. No, but in the end, they did. I think life has taught me many times that this sometimes happens, that you have a run of bad luck or a run of bad misfortune, bad luck, bad performances, but then suddenly life gives you back if you keep working hard with something really sweet like this.
Carlos, you've got your first podium for Williams before Lewis has got his first podium for Ferrari. Can we get your thoughts on that?
What everyone else does is not my business, to be honest. What I only care about is that the first opportunity that I had to score a podium with Williams, and the first opportunity Williams had to score a podium, we took it, we scored it, and there it is.
Final one from me. What else is possible with this car in 2025?
Not much more than this, to be honest. I think the podium is I think unless something crazy happens, maybe our best opportunity or our best chance. Probably Vegas will be our next best track to try and maybe put together a top 5 or a top 6, which is what we sometimes can achieve when everything goes right. A podium is a tough ask. I'll fight for it if it comes, like you've seen today. But the rest, for example, in Qatar, I don't think we will score points. That's how much our performance swings. But then we will have the Austins, the Mexicos. We will be pure midfield car where we can maybe get on the points and keep our championship going. So excited to see what happens in those races.
All right. Thank you for that. Very well done today. Let's now open this to the floor, as ever. Name and publication, please. Who's first?
Jesus Balseiro, Diario As. Question to Carlos. Third place is quite nice, but was it ever possible to be second today? I mean, do you think you could have done anything different, obviously, in a strategy to keep George behind?
Yeah, obviously. I was racing for second the whole race, but I think it was around the first 10 laps of the hard tire where I was expecting to be clearly quicker than George on a new tire, new hard versus his old hard. That I said, if now I can put my car in front of him before he boxes, we have a chance for P2. But then they started telling me his lap times on those used hard versus my new hard. And I saw there was no chance. They were just simply too quick for us today. So congrats to him and Merck for that. Kimi was also coming quick behind. And I had to change my focus to get in the P3 rather than fighting for the P2.
Carlos, when you saw Max with the hard tyre at the start, did you think that was a good opportunity for you?
No, I thought maybe I could have done the same if I knew. But I knew we had measured during the whole weekend that the left-hand side of the grid was a lot less grip than the right-hand side of the grip. So even if I was on a step softer compound, I knew that even with a good start and the short run to the grid with that left side of the grid being very dirty, it was probably not enough to get him at the start. I still got a decent start, but it was not enough to put him under pressure. And I think for the hard tires, he must have done a good start.
All right, thanks for that. Next.
Anura, raceproof.com. My question is for Carlos. First of all, congratulations with your first podium with the Williams team in Baku. Did you follow some specific strategy today at the race?
Any specific strategy? No. I knew, I think on long runs on Friday, I saw my lap times and I said I'm actually very, very quick, very competitive. So if it's not easy to overtake back there, they're going to struggle to get to me because I'm not slow. That's why yesterday I said I was dreaming about the podium, but in reality I was kind of believing that if we nailed everything, we could actually make it happen because our pace has genuinely been good all year in this kind of tracks. I've been quick, the car's been quick, and if we nail everything, I thought a top 5 was possible. And if we do everything perfect, maybe even the podium.
Thank you. Next.
Rodrigo França, Car Magazine Brazil. Question to the 3 drivers, please. Next Grand Prix will be in Singapore. Is this the most difficult race of the F1 season? And if so, why?
Depends on a lot of things. If the car is shocking to drive, yes, it's really hard to keep it in a straight line. But if the car is nice to drive, then it's more about just the physicality of it. But at the same time, if everything's going well, then you can relax a bit more, and then naturally it's less physical as well. So I don't know. Let's wait and see. I mean, it's for sure always hot and you're sweating a lot, so you have to prepare for that. But I guess we've all done that, heat training and stuff, preparing for these kind of races, basically just getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. But I don't mind it. It's a cool track. Of course, I've never won there, but it's a cool feeling to drive there. And I hope this year that we will be a bit more competitive.
Yeah, I think Singapore is very tough physically, but I think driving-wise, I think the race we just had here in Baku is probably the toughest of the year, given the wind, the walls, the speeds that we do here is, for me, is tougher as a driver Baku than Singapore, but Singapore is more physically demanding.
Thanks all. All right. Next one. No, we'll leave it there. Very well done, gentlemen.